Albania. In northern regions, the kula is a historic stone tower house designed for defense and family living. Thick walls, small windows, and upper-level entrances reflect a need for security in centuries past, while interiors remain simple and solid. Andorra. Traditional Andorran chalets are built from local stone and timber, adapted to Pyrenean mountain life. Steep roofs shed heavy snow, and thick walls insulate against cold winters. Interiors are cozy, often featuring open hearths and rustic wood finishes. Austria. Vienna Secession was born in the late 19th century, blending modernist leanings with elegant ornament. Interiors highlighted smooth geometric motifs, refined decorative panels, and a fresh approach that stood apart from older historicist design. Belarus. In rural areas, the Belarusian wooden hut or chata has been a long-standing form. Walls are made of timber logs or planks, often painted in bright colors. Interiors stay warm with large stoves, while carved window frames add a touch of folk craftsmanship. Belgium. Belgian minimal pairs neutral palettes with simple, high-quality materials, such as linen and raw wood. Spaces favor calm serenity and functional design, merging rustic elements with modern restraint. The result looks effortless, yet balanced. Bosnia and Herzegovina. Ottoman-influenced city houses feature upper floors that overhang lower levels, known as çardak style. Timber beams and white plaster walls reflect Turkish heritage. Interiors often have low seating, embroidered textiles, and decorative wood details. Bulgaria. In older towns like Plovdiv, the Bulgarian National Revival style shows tall, symmetrical facades with extended upper floors. Brightly painted exteriors are framed by wooden beams, and interiors include richly carved ceilings and folk art elements. Croatia. Dalmatian stone houses along the coastal regions use locally quarried limestone, thick walls, and red-tiled roofs for heat reflection. Narrow alleys and compact footprints highlight medieval influences. Interiors stay cool with stone floors and minimal ornament. Cyprus. Greek and Venetian legacies converge in Cypriot courtyard houses, often built with stone or mud brick. Arcaded verandas and small windows help manage intense heat, while bright white walls keep interiors light. Walled courtyards cultivate olive or citrus trees. Czech Republic. Czech Cubism emerged in the early 20th century, applying angular forms to architecture and furniture. Prague still has rare cubist houses with faceted facades. Interiors might carry geometric patterns, showing a bold break from traditional decorative styles. Denmark. Danish modern, championed by designers like Hans Wegner, blends functionality with organic forms. Interiors favor warm woods, such as teak, clean lines, and comfortable but understated furnishings. Spaces remain simple, bright, and human-centered. Estonia. In rural Estonia, the farmhouse or rehielamu has a long structure, combining living quarters with farm storage under one roof. Thick wooden walls protect against the cold Baltic climate, and thatched or wooden shingle roofs maintain a rustic, natural look. Finland. Finnish modern embraces natural light, pale wood, and organic shapes. Designers like Alvar Aalto popularized flowing lines and a close link to the outdoors. Interiors maximize windows and keep clutter minimal to celebrate simple beauty. France. French Provincial unites rustic countryside charm with an air of refinement. Interiors might include lightly distressed wooden furniture, floral fabrics, and pastel walls. Weathered beams, terracotta floors, and wrought iron accents round out the gentle elegance. Germany. Bauhaus, founded in the early 20th century, emphasizes clean lines, open layouts, and industrial materials. This pioneering modernist approach rejected ornament, shaping interiors around practicality and geometric clarity. Steel tube chairs and bold colors marked the original vision. Greece. Cycladic architecture on islands such as Mykonos or Santorini uses whitewashed walls, rounded edges, and minimal ornamentation. Interiors are airy and bright, often featuring blue accents that recall the Aegean Sea. Smooth curves and spare decor amplify the natural coastal setting. Hungary. Hungarian folk Baroque, often seen in rural regions, fuses Baroque touches with peasant traditions. Plaster walls may have colorful floral motifs, while exteriors feature a curving gable or carved wood eaves. Interiors often integrate embroidered linens and pottery with bright painted furniture. Iceland. Icelandic turf houses have thick layers of sod for insulation against freezing winters. The roofs blend into the landscape, and timber frames support compact interiors. This style comes from scarce tree resources and a need to keep warmth in, resulting in distinctive half-buried structures. Ireland. Irish cottage style places emphasis on sturdy stone or whitewashed walls, small windows, and thatched or slate roofs. Interiors have a cozy hearth, simple wooden furnishings, and a palette of warm neutrals. Traditional cottages evoke farm life and close community ties. Italy. Tuscan interiors highlight warm earth tones, rustic textures, and a farmhouse sensibility. Terracotta floors, wooden beams, and wrought iron details create an unpretentious yet refined atmosphere. The result captures the essence of Italian countryside living. Kosovo. Traditional kulis in Kosovo are defensive tower houses with thick stone walls and few windows on lower levels. Upper floors might include wood-framed balconies or painted interiors. Their design reflects Ottoman influences and the need for fortified family dwellings. Latvia. Latvian farmsteads often revolve around wooden structures with steep gabled roofs and decorative shutters. Interiors stay simple, occasionally featuring folk motifs embroidered on linens. Rural homes remain closely tied to local forests and farmland, valuing warmth and resourcefulness. Liechtenstein. Alpine chalets in Liechtenstein adapt to mountainous terrain, with sturdy timber frames and wide eaves to shed snow. Upper balconies often sport ornamental railings, and houses rest on stone foundations to protect against moisture. Interiors are snug, reflecting the region's tight-knit alpine culture. Lithuania. In old towns like Vilnius, Baroque influences from the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth remain visible in ornate church interiors and pastel facades. Rural homes, however, often feature plain wooden frames and stoves at the center. This contrast exemplifies Lithuania's blend of grand Baroque heritage and simple countryside living. Luxembourg. Many Luxembourg rural homes echo a blend of French and German influences. Stone or half-timber exteriors and neat symmetrical layouts evoke modest charm. Interiors commonly feature thick walls, small casement windows, and a subtle elegance that suits its Central European identity. Malta. Maltese townhouses often line narrow streets with limestone facades and enclosed wooden balconies called galerias. These balconies provide extra living space and shade while letting in fresh air. Interiors integrate thick stone walls to handle the island's hot climate, combining Mediterranean airiness with fortress-like solidity. Moldova. Moldovan vernacular includes peasant houses with whitewashed walls, bright painted shutters, and often a raised porch for summer evenings. Walls might be made of wattle and daub, while thatched or tin roofs provide protection. Colorful floral motifs enliven the exterior, echoing local folk art. Monaco. A city-state known for luxury, Monaco's Belle Époque apartments and villas reflect an ornate French style with elaborate iron balconies and pastel facades. Interiors might combine grand neoclassical elements with contemporary luxe touches, mirroring the area's high-end glamour. Montenegro. Coastal towns on the Adriatic feature stone-built houses with red tile roofs, reminiscent of Venetian influence. Narrow alleys lead to residences with thick walls for cooling, and upper floors may sport wooden shutters painted in muted shades. Interiors are simple, focusing on airy spaces to avoid summer heat. Netherlands. Dutch style placed an emphasis on primary colors and clear geometry. Interiors might feature bold red, blue, and yellow planes set against white walls and black lines. This minimal but vibrant approach sought purity in form and color, leaving a lasting modernist legacy. North Macedonia. Traditional Macedonian houses sometimes have upper floors that protrude over ground-level stone walls, known as chardak or oriel expansions. These homes reflect Ottoman influences, with wooden framing and bright white plaster. Interiors retain decorative rugs and embroidered textiles inspired by local crafts. Norway. Norwegian rustic or hit style uses timber log walls, turf roofs, and minimal ornament. Interiors emphasize natural wood finishes and a snug hearth, tying life to the mountains or fjords. Traditional rose-maling painting can appear on furniture, reflecting folk heritage and winter coziness. Poland. Highlander folk design is notable in the Tatra region, with steep gabled roofs and decorative wood carvings. Interiors are lined with pine boards, featuring hand-carved patterns on beams and furniture. The style showcases a robust mountain vernacular that endures in holiday chalets and local cottages. Portugal. Azulejo interiors celebrate bright ceramic tiles depicting patterns or scenes, often blues or earthy tones. Walls, staircases, and even facades might be embellished with these signature tiles. This artful, sunlit atmosphere ties back to centuries of Moorish influence and Portuguese creativity. Romania. Brankovan style rose in the late 17th and early 18th centuries, merging Byzantine roots with Baroque flourishes. Ornate columns and carved stone detailing prevail, showcasing religious and historical motifs. Manors and monasteries preserve a blend of regal opulence and local folk tradition. Russia. Russian imperial design channels opulent Baroque and neoclassical influences. Interiors may display gilded ornament, velvet upholstery, and large chandeliers. Many estates and city palaces reflect a grand scale, partly inspired by European monarchies, but adapted to Russian grandeur and climate. San Marino. Set among fortified medieval walls, the small enclaves in San Marino sometimes echo Italian Romanesque or stone-built hilltown designs. Homes cling to steep slopes with thick masonry, terracotta roofs, and narrow lanes. Interiors stay straightforward, focusing on stone or plaster walls and rustic wooden beams. Serbia. In rural Serbia, traditional Morava style uses half-timber or wattle and daub walls, red roof tiles, and a courtyard for animals or family gatherings. The interior might include a central stove and carved wooden elements. Ottoman influences appear in simpler furniture and embroidered textiles, bridging east and west. Slovakia. Folk wooden houses in villages such as Chichmani are painted with white geometric motifs on dark logs. These symmetrical patterns are unique to each household, reflecting local lore. Interiors keep a single or double room layout, with a central stove and benches along walls. The effect is charming and rooted in local customs. Slovenia. Alpine chalets dominate mountainous regions, with steep shingled roofs and decorative balconies for drying hay. Stone foundations keep moisture out, while timber upper floors provide warmth. Interiors typically mix carved wood furniture and clay stoves, sustaining a comfortable rural life among the peaks. Spain. Spanish Mediterranean unites stucco walls, tiled roofs, and wrought iron accents. Interiors may have exposed beams, terracotta floors, and courtyards that merge indoor and outdoor living. This style blends Moorish and European heritage, highlighting a warm, sunlit approach to design. Sweden. Swedish Gustavian style favors pale painted furniture, subtle neoclassical lines, and light pastel or neutral color schemes. Interiors are bright, minimizing clutter and letting natural light fill the room. Soft blues and grays are common, echoing Nordic skies and emphasizing a humble refinement. Switzerland. Swiss chalet architecture adapts to mountainous terrain with wide eaves, wood beam construction, and exposed balconies. Interiors focus on warmth, using wooden paneling and central fireplaces to combat cold alpine winters. The overarching goal is cozy functionality and harmony with scenic surroundings. Turkey. Ottoman interiors incorporate vibrant textiles, low seating, and ornamental wood or metal details. Spaces might include intricately tiled walls or decorative screens. Traditional rooms blend Islamic patterns and local artistry, capturing the fusion of East and West that defines Anatolian culture. Ukraine. In rural Ukraine, mazanka huts are built from clay and straw, typically whitewashed with brightly colored trim or floral designs around windows. Interiors may include a traditional stove, called a peach, as a focal point for cooking and heating. Folk embroidery and simple wood furniture round out the welcoming atmosphere. United Kingdom. English cottage style stands out with stone or brick exteriors, exposed beams, and small paned windows. Inside, owners often favor floral prints, warm fireplaces, and vintage pieces that exude a snug, nostalgic charm. Gardens remain central, linking cozy interiors to the lush British countryside. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you do not miss future uploads. I am not claiming to be an expert in every style or region, so if you think something is missing, or I got something wrong, feel free to let me know in the comments. I always appreciate your insights and look forward to learning more together.